Have you noticed someone dear to you exhibiting subtle, yet troubling shifts in behavior over the past year? It is a common belief that death and the onset of old age arrive abruptly, yet the reality is that the body frequently offers subtle signals long before life approaches its conclusion, sometimes even months or a year in advance. Many individuals overlook these indicators, as they initially appear insignificant. It is only in hindsight that families come to understand the signs that were present all along. However, by that time, it is too late to brace themselves, too late to ensure those final moments hold significance. In this video, we will explore 5 significant signs that frequently manifest a year prior to the passing of an elderly individual. Perhaps these are observations you've made, only to dismiss them as mere signs of aging. Some alterations may appear trivial, yet they subtly indicate the body's slow descent into decline. Identifying these signs at an early stage allows for the chance to offer enhanced care, treasure significant moments, and above all, guarantee that your loved one's concluding chapter is enveloped in comfort, dignity, and tranquility. Remain with us until the conclusion, for these 5 indicators can assist you in readying yourself, both emotionally and practically, for what lies ahead. Once you grasp the unfolding events, you will find yourself prepared, never taken by surprise. You'll find a way to cherish every moment you have remaining with your loved ones. Let us embark on this journey together. Firstly, considerable reduction in weight. One of the earliest and most revealing indicators that an individual might be nearing the final chapter of their life is unintentional weight loss. Initially, it may present itself in understated ways. A belt that unexpectedly requires adjustment, garments that seem to hang more loosely, or a previously robust appetite that starts to wane. Numerous families overlook it as merely an aspect of aging. Yet the reality is that unintentional weight loss is seldom a positive indicator. It frequently suggests that the body is struggling to absorb nutrients effectively. Muscle mass is dwindling, and vital systems are beginning to decelerate. The passage of time inevitably brings about a gradual decline in muscle mass. However, when this decline occurs at an alarming rate, it signals that a more profound issue may be at play. The body might be grappling with the challenge of digesting food adequately, or the individual may find themselves unable to process protein efficiently, resulting in the gradual loss of muscle mass. The decline in strength not only complicates movement, but also heightens the risk of falls, undermines the immune system, and renders the individual susceptible to infections. What could be another cause of weight loss during the final year of life? Shifts in appetite. Numerous older adults find that their appetite has diminished compared to earlier times. Their appreciation for flavor diminishes, meals lose their allure, and they may begin to forgo dining altogether or consume significantly reduced portions. This transcends mere preference. It is a transformation rooted in physiology. The body, sensing its impending shutdown, ceases to send frequent signals to the brain to pursue nourishment. The outcome? A diminishing vitality, waning strength, and a slow descent into overall ill health. Moreover, one must consider the influence of underlying medical conditions. Weight loss often serves as a subtle indicator of chronic diseases such as cancer, heart failure, or kidney disease, conditions that may advance significantly before more overt symptoms manifest. Conditions such as depression or cognitive decline may result in diminished appetite, creating a downward spiral in which the body fails to receive the necessary nourishment to thrive. In an effort to address the issue, certain families take it upon themselves to motivate their cherished ones to consume more, presenting beloved dishes or enhancing meals with protein beverages. However, if the scale keeps declining despite these attempts, it's crucial to understand that the concern extends beyond mere diet. It signifies the body gearing up for a more profound transformation. At this juncture, compelling oneself to consume substantial meals may prove unbeneficial. Rather, the emphasis lies on comfort and ease of consumption. The impact of nutrition and hydration on enhancing quality of life is profound. Should you observe considerable weight loss in an elderly loved one, particularly if they are consuming less, exhibiting signs of weakness, or finding it challenging to remain active, it is crucial to take notice. This transcends mere physical appearance. It is the body conveying a profound message. Grasping that message at this moment can equip you to navigate the journey ahead with clarity, compassion, and the capacity to infuse every remaining moment with significance. Secondly, there is an overwhelming sense of fatigue and a profound weakness. In the year approaching the end of life, one of the most striking transformations is a profound, unyielding fatigue that remains despite any attempts at rest. It transcends mere fatigue from a lengthy day. It is a deep-seated weariness that renders even the most mundane tasks daunting. Rising from the embrace of slumber transforms into a formidable task. Crossing the room demands a certain exertion, and tasks that were once second nature, such as preparing a meal, getting dressed, or engaging in dialogue, begin to feel overwhelmingly exhausting. This phenomenon transcends mere aging. It serves as an indication that the body is diligently preserving its dwindling reserves of energy. As the organs begin to falter, the body instinctively shifts its focus to what is truly vital. The heart's efficiency wanes, circulation falters, and muscles receive a diminished supply of oxygen compared to their former vitality. Many elderly individuals in their final months often experience feelings of weakness, unsteadiness, and a diminished capacity to engage in the activities they once cherished. A significant element to consider is the deceleration of metabolism. The body is intricately crafted to generate and utilize energy. However, as it approaches its ultimate stage, that energy is rerouted. Rather than igniting motion, the body leans into conservation. This explains why an individual experiencing decline might begin to sleep more, requiring extended naps throughout the day, and struggling to remain alert for prolonged durations. There are those who might encounter abrupt declines in their vitality, appearing perfectly well one moment, only to feel utterly depleted the next. Yet, the most poignant aspect of this journey may well be the emotional toll that fatigue exacts. Numerous seniors who once reveled in their autonomy may find themselves grappling with feelings of frustration or even embarrassment as they confront the limitations of their former capabilities. They might retreat from discussions, shun social encounters, or cease participating in their pastimes, not due to a lack of concern, but rather because they are devoid of the energy required. This may create a vicious cycle of isolation, causing them to cease their efforts entirely, which only hastens the downward spiral. For families, witnessing a cherished individual transition from vibrant and involved to weary and detached can be a deeply painful experience. One might be quick to label them as lazy, or to suggest that they simply need to persevere. Yet the truth is that compelling action will not yield the desired results. What holds the greatest significance is recognizing their boundaries, granting them the respite they require, and ensuring that their remaining days are filled with comfort. Should you observe a cherished individual grappling with profound, persistent exhaustion that remains unrelieved by rest, consider it an indication that their body is undergoing a significant transformation. Now is the moment to treasure our dialogues, foster moments of tranquility, and nurture them selflessly. Ultimately, what holds the greatest significance is not the extent of their capabilities, but rather the warmth of love, the depth of understanding, and the comfort of being at ease. If you're still engaged with this video and appreciating these insights, I invite you to comment number 2 below to signal your presence. If you haven't subscribed yet, I highly encourage you to do so and activate the notification bell to ensure you never miss a video. Your support empowers us to persist in crafting meaningful content that informs and inspires you. Let us now proceed onward. Thirdly, amplify cognitive disarray or disengagement. As an individual nears the twilight of their existence, a remarkable transformation often unfolds in their thoughts, expressions, and connections with those around them. One might observe that an individual who was once keen and attentive begins to experience lapses in memory, finds it challenging to keep up with discussions, or appears confused in new surroundings. They might find themselves echoing their own words, struggling to recall names, or drifting away from the passage of time, despite having never encountered memory challenges in the past. These nuanced shifts in cognition may occur months or even a year prior to death. This transcends mere everyday forgetfulness. The brain, akin to any other organ, demands a continuous supply of oxygen and nutrients to operate effectively. As circulation diminishes and the flow of oxygen to the brain dwindles, the faculties of cognition begin to falter. The individual might find themselves easily bewildered, grappling with decision-making, or having trouble identifying familiar faces in well-known settings they've frequented for years. At times, they might experience fleeting moments of clarity, only to be swiftly engulfed by waves of confusion, as though their thoughts are flickering in and out of focus. Another prevalent indication is emotional withdrawal. As one approaches the twilight of existence, the allure of social engagements frequently diminishes. One may observe a reduction in their conversations, a withdrawal from engagement, or extended moments of quietude where they sit in contemplative silence. It's not that they lack concern for their loved ones. Rather, their minds no longer interpret emotions and connection in the same manner. Conversations can grow exhausting, and the clamor of bustling environments often feels overwhelming, leading many seniors to withdraw into their own realm. One might also observe shifts in mood and behavior. Certain individuals may find themselves increasingly irritable, anxious, or prone to frustration. Some individuals appear strikingly composed, aloof, or unconcerned about matters that previously held significance for them. This is not merely a change in personality. It frequently stems from the brain's adaptation to the body's deterioration. As cognitive function wanes, the ability to articulate emotions diminishes, and the individual may cease to respond to circumstances as they once did. This phase can prove particularly challenging for family members. Observing a cherished individual drift from reality or withdraw emotionally can evoke the profound sorrow of losing them long before their physical absence. Yet, it is crucial to acknowledge that this is not a matter within their control. Rather than attempting to draw them back into discussions, the most effective approach is to meet them in their current state, communicate softly, provide comfort, and recognize that even in silence, they can still sense your presence. When a cherished individual begins to exhibit signs of forgetfulness, confusion, or disengagement, it is crucial not to overlook these changes. These frequently serve as initial indicators that both the body and mind are gearing up for the ultimate transition. Now is the moment to embrace patience, to treasure the stillness, and to cultivate a space that resonates with safety, familiarity, and tranquility. For even in the silence of fading words, the essence of love and comfort endures. Let us proceed. Fourthly, one may experience recurrent infections and a sluggish healing process. As the body starts to slow its pace, one of the most evident physical indicators is a compromised immune system. It may come to your attention that an individual who previously enjoyed robust health now appears to be susceptible to every cold, flu, and minor infection that circulates. What were once mere inconveniences in health now demand a protracted recovery, and even the simplest of injuries, such as a small cut or bruise, mend at a distinctly languid pace. The alterations we observe are not arbitrary. These are indications that the body has lost its capacity to protect or heal itself as it once could. A significant worry lies in the occurrence of repeated infections. As the immune system falters, the prevalence of pneumonia, urinary tract infections, UTIs, skin infections, and even oral infections tends to rise. Numerous families believe these are merely isolated ailments, yet when they occur with regularity or persist for an extended period, it frequently indicates that the body is struggling to defend itself. Even antibiotics, once heralded for their swift efficacy, may now appear diminished in their effectiveness. The individual might require more potent medications, extended recovery times, or several courses of treatment for infections that were previously considered trivial. This occurs as circulation diminishes and organ function wanes, leading the body to respond less effectively to treatment. Yet another issue that often goes unnoticed. Should you observe that minor scratches, sores, or bruises are failing to heal adequately or persistently reopening, it may indicate that circulation is impaired. Inadequate blood circulation results in a deficiency of oxygen and nutrients reaching the skin and tissues, consequently hindering the healing process and prolonging recovery time. Pressure sores pose a significant threat, particularly for individuals with limited mobility, and can result in severe infections if not meticulously addressed. What is particularly troubling is that infections occurring in the last year of life frequently defy our expectations. Rather than exhibiting a high fever, an elderly individual might instead present as unusually fatigued, more disoriented, or displaying a diminished appetite. Indeed, for older adults, a rapid decrease in mental sharpness frequently serves as the initial indication of an infection, often preceding the emergence of other symptoms. Recognizing these changes early can significantly impact the level of comfort and support they receive in their final stage of life. For families, witnessing a cherished one endure a cycle of recurring infections can evoke feelings of frustration and heartbreak. The allure of pursuing aggressive treatments is strong, as one might cling to the hope that an additional course of antibiotics or another hospital visit could resolve the issue at hand. Yet, there comes a moment when the emphasis frequently transitions from healing to providing solace. Ensuring they remain hydrated, maintaining clean and moisturized skin, and reducing stress on the body can contribute significantly to their well-being, far surpassing the effects of yet another round of medication that merely extends their suffering. If you're still engaged with this video and appreciating these insights, I invite you to comment number 4 below to signal your presence. If you haven't subscribed yet, I highly encourage you to do so and activate the notification bell to ensure you never miss a video. Your support enables us to persist in crafting meaningful content that informs and inspires you. Let us now proceed onward. Fifthly, significant alterations in respiration or blood flow. A significant indicator that the body is nearing its final phase is the evident alteration in breathing patterns and circulation. Your loved one might exhibit a slower or shallower breathing pattern than what you have observed in the past. Occasionally, they may find themselves pausing between breaths, their breathing taking on an erratic rhythm, quickening and then decelerating in an unpredictable dance. There are individuals who encounter a soothing rhythmic breathing pattern known as Cheyne-Stokes respiration, characterized by a cycle of deep, rapid breaths interspersed with prolonged pauses. These transformations may begin with a whisper, yet as time unfolds, they grow louder and more frequent. A frequent indication is diminished circulation. One might observe that their hands, feet, or even their nose and ears begin to feel cold to the touch. The skin might present a pallid bluish hue or a mottled pattern, particularly noticeable around the fingers and toes. This occurs as the body directs blood flow towards essential organs, thereby diminishing circulation to the extremities. It serves as a distinct signal that the heart's vigor has diminished from its former strength. There are individuals who find themselves grappling with increased shortness of breath, even with the slightest exertion. Merely sitting upright, engaging in conversation, or altering one's posture could leave them feeling breathless or short of air. One might observe them inhaling through their mouth with increased frequency, or they may abruptly pause to regain their breath mid-conversation. Once able to traverse the room with ease, they now find themselves grappling with the simple act of walking, a potential sign of declining lung function. At times, the accumulation of fluid in the lungs can render breathing increasingly challenging. A persistent cough may arise, accompanied by gurgling sounds or an unsettling tightness in the chest. It is a common misconception that such symptoms merely indicate a cold's congestion. However, in elderly individuals approaching the twilight of life, it frequently serves as a poignant signal of declining lung function. For some, lying flat can become an uncomfortable endeavor, leading them to favor a position propped up on pillows or nestled in a recliner, a choice that offers relief to their breathing. For family members, witnessing these transformations can evoke a sense of fear. It is instinctive to offer assistance, to urge them to inhale more deeply, or to fret that an urgent matter is at hand. Yet, in numerous instances, this is merely the body's inherent method of deceleration. While it may not always be possible to undo these changes, there are certainly methods to ease the transition. Maintaining a cool atmosphere, utilizing a humidifier, or providing gentle sips of water can alleviate discomfort. In certain instances, medications or oxygen therapy may offer solace. Yet, the emphasis transitions to comfort, rather than seeking to resolve the underlying problem. Should you observe these indicators, alterations in breathing, frigid extremities, or a bluish hue to the skin, take heed. Such signs frequently suggest that the body is in a state of energy conservation, with circulation experiencing a notable deceleration. Now is the moment to be fully engaged, to provide comfort, and to cultivate a serene atmosphere where they can feel secure and relaxed. In these concluding months or weeks, the most precious gift you can offer them transcends medical intervention. It embodies solace, respect, and the assurance that they are not isolated in their journey. Concluding reflections. As we reach the conclusion of this video, I invite you to pause and contemplate the insights we've shared. Notable reduction in body weight, profound exhaustion, deterioration in cognitive function, recurrent infections, and substantial alterations in respiratory and circulatory patterns. In the year preceding an elderly individual's departure, 5 distinct signs frequently manifest. While they may not all manifest simultaneously, nor be immediately apparent, the moment you begin to recognize them, it signals that the body is gearing up for its ultimate transformation. For numerous families, embracing these changes can prove to be a challenging endeavor. It's instinctive to feel the urge to combat their struggles, to motivate a cherished one to consume more, to be active, or to persevere despite fatigue. Yet at times, the most profound action we can take is to heed the messages their body conveys. Rather than attempting to alter the course of what is unavoidable, we can dedicate ourselves to ensuring that their remaining moments are filled with tranquility, comfort, and significance. Comprehending these signs transcends the mere apprehension of mortality. Preparation is key. By identifying these changes early, you can provide enhanced care, make crucial decisions in advance, and guarantee that your loved one's final months are imbued with love and dignity. This is a moment to treasure, to weave tales, and to remind them of their worth and that they are not solitary in their journey. Should you observe these indicators in a loved one, pause for a moment, inhale deeply, and remind yourself that you are not solitary in this experience. Numerous families have traversed this journey prior, and although it is seldom simple, understanding what lies ahead can aid you in discovering resilience, forbearance, and tranquility. We appreciate your presence with us today. We eagerly await your thoughts. We invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. What is one insight you gained today, and how do you envision incorporating it into your life moving forward? We value your insights greatly, so please feel free to express them. Your comments inspire us and fill us with motivation and encouragement. If this video resonated with you and proved useful, consider liking, subscribing, and sharing it with others. Your support enables us to persist in crafting meaningful content that informs and inspires you. We appreciate your viewership and eagerly anticipate your presence in our next video.